friends, it's Sandra. Welcome to Fishbowl Roulette. Today, you're just getting me. I wanted to get on here and talk about the things that I've learned in doing this podcast so far. So if you are a listener, this past Wednesday, which was just, I guess, yesterday, because today's 21st, May 21st, we launched our 10th episode, which doesn't seem like that big of a deal, but in podcast world, it's a pretty huge deal. It's one of the benchmarks. Most podcasts don't ever get beyond the 10th episode. People quit, they lose interest, whatever it is, they just decide that it's no longer for them. And while we just launched our 10th, I've recorded more than 10. And so I'm confident that we're going to get beyond the 10. But I just wanted to tell you, it's kind of wild. It's kind of wild, the things that I've learned. So in true Fishbowl fashion, I had talking points that I wrote out. Are those talking points here with me? No. Where are they? On my desk at my other office. So this is truly raw and off the cuff. The biggest lesson that I think that I have learned in this is I already thought people were interesting and original. Being able to have people on and tell their stories in real time, in the real raw moments, has even increased that belief even more. And inside that belief makes me crave that connection, that thing that I wanted to help people create. I love getting the feedback from other people when they say to me, I feel like I'm sitting in the living room with you. I feel like I'm sitting in the booth with you. Because that's what this is. This isn't, I don't have a big lesson. I think my biggest lesson is we're all connected, right? And so come and enjoy a little bit of time. And if you have some deep takeaways or some good takeaways, that's great. But it has been really surprising to me how it's even opened up even more in me, that belief that people really have a lot to share. So I hope if you are listening that's helping you in some way when you see people in different walks of life and realizing, you know what? They probably have a story. They probably have an interesting story. And just giving them that nod, that energy. The other side of the coin is how much I think that I've changed. And the biggest area that I have changed in, and let me be clear, I don't think it's because I'm doing this podcast. I think it's because I took action on something that had been bubbling up inside me. That energy, that idea, that thing that won't leave you alone. By taking action, I've noticed that I have stopped asking permission. And to all of my friends out there who are laughing right now thinking, when has she ever asked permission? I do. I have looked for validation. I have looked for the nod to go bigger, right? To even I'm not going to say I'm cured of all of that, but I'm speaking up in the rooms that I'm in more. I am, I think, talking even to the guests a little bit more in a genuine, connected way. Sometimes, actually, at this point, I kind of forget that we're being recorded and I just follow the conversation. I'm not overthinking. And that's the other part of me. I was a huge overthinker. I mean, it took me years to pull the trigger on this. Years, which is crazy. And then I did it, and it was like, I just kind of stopped doing that. Again, it's not the podcast itself, it's the taking action. So any of you that are hearing this, I really want to encourage you, whatever the thing is that's in your head, that's in your heart, go take action on that. It's not there by accident. It is something that you are in alignment with. It is something that you are meant for and is meant for you. And you don't know where that ripple effect goes. I have had, after every episode that airs, I get feedback, and from people that I don't even really know that well. So it's not like it's just my mom calling to tell me what a good job I did, right? One of the first feedbacks that I got is from somebody. The last time I saw him was probably, I bet it was 40 years ago, live and in person. And somehow through the magic of social media, we have stayed in touch. And he messaged me after Jason Ray's episode, which I think was episode 2, where we talked about trauma and not being able to ask for help and that being a trauma response. And he said, I learned something today. And it really clicked and explained a lot. And I've shared it with people and that kind of thing. If he's the only one that got something out of that, that's worth it, right? Like that's what I'm talking about. So I definitely have learned when we are meant to take action, it doesn't go away. The idea doesn't go away. It just keeps after you just a little bit and just a little bit. And when you do it and you take off the fear, or you do it when you're scared, doors will open. The other thing that I think that I've learned in this is I am smiling and laughing so much more in life. And I was already pretty smiley and laughy. Life is meant to be enjoyed. We have this mantra that life is hard. And listen, there are hard moments. There are people probably hearing this right now who are going through some of the hardest moments that they could have ever been in. I'm not saying that there are not hard moments. I'm saying that we are meant to find enjoyment in this life. And I think, again, taking action just allowed me to live in a little more freedom and relax a little bit and realize, I sat at a restaurant, Mary Jane's in Perryville, and I watched birds the other day. I know that sounds crazy. I was waiting on my food. I had forgotten my phone. I was by myself. And I just sat there for like 15 minutes and I got such a kick out of watching silly little birds dancing from light to light. And I have to tell you, I don't know that would have been the case before I started this. I probably would have gone to find my phone. I probably would not have wanted to sit in that moment. And it may seem small, but maybe that's the point. It's the small things when we take the action of our soul and we move it forward. They become big moments. And I think that's pretty cool. All right. So I also am going to do something a little fun today because I haven't done it yet. I am going to pull a question. Just me. We'll answer it. If you hear the sounds in the background, that's me doing the shell game so that I'm not looking. I don't know where I'm going to pull from. All right. Let's see what I got. Wild card. All right. Let's see what it is. It's kind of what the show's all about. This bowl's gotten pretty full. I did not bring my cheaters. All right. Best way to stay emotionally connected to your partner or spouse. Well, let's see. So my partner, we are long distance. We see each other quite a bit. He travels for work almost every week, and he does live in another town now. So we work pretty hard, actually, at staying emotionally connected. We start our day every day together in the morning. Real conversation about what we got going on, what we're looking forward to. A little pillow talk, even though we're miles and miles apart. We still laugh and cut up. We do all those things. We text, but not crazy, but a little like something like that strikes us about, we want to let the other person know that we're thinking about them. And that's really what it is. Staying emotionally connected, it can be challenging when you have real life happening. I can tell and it's not a bad thing at all, but I can tell when he and I are really involved in our workday because that's where our energy is going, right? And then something will pop up and one of us will send a little text or just give a little phone call just to say, hey, I'm thinking about you. And none of this stuff is ever, it doesn't take a PhD to figure this out. I think the key to staying emotionally connected to your person is making them a priority, whatever that looks like, whether it's making sure that they know that you choose them first in your conversation, in the things that you think about each other. Yep, I said think. In the things that you say about each other to others. I think that's a pretty big deal. To stay emotionally connected to somebody means you protect that space. You do the work to create the moments, but you also protect that space. And I have to tell you, it's pretty freeing. And I am loving being in that kind of partnership. And I think the growth that he and I both have experienced these last 3 years because of it has been pretty amazing. And it's allowed for all the other fun things that we get to do. If you're not emotionally connected, everything is hard. And I've been there. I have been there. And I'm not saying I'm never going to be there with this man. Life happens. The challenges come up and your energy does go other places. But everybody's got 5 minutes to give to their partner. And that should be the best 5 minutes of your day, not the worst, which happens a lot. So, yeah, that's just my 2 cents. That question wasn't bad. I don't know why people say they're scared. So the other thing that I wanted to share, which is kind of fun, is we are at 1,100 downloads. And I think that's pretty cool. Now, is that rocking the building? It's not rocking the building, but it's pretty respectable. And it's in 27 states that I have listeners in. Shout out to Arizona. There's one listener there who keeps showing up consistently. So if you hear this, thank you. And we're in 6 countries. I have no idea how that happens. I really don't. But it's interesting to think about what has started. You know, in the episode that I did with Carissa, I had a revelation when I was thinking about it, realizing, what if she had never started? If you haven't heard the Carissa episode, go listen to it. It's the 10th episode. She basically started, I'm not going to say a revolution, but she started a food truck that then has gone on to become several businesses, and it's employing lots of people, and it's impacting her family and her joy and her happiness, and it's impacting her finance, all the things that it impacts. And so I think about that during these moments of, what if people didn't start? What happens then? I don't know what happens from this podcast. I have no idea. I don't know how to make a lot of money with it. I don't know how to market it effectively. Like, there's a lot of things that I don't know right now. Creating is messy. It's messy. And you have to be willing to dive in there and just go for it. So I am thankful that I had the gumption to just start, because I'm having fun. I'm getting paid in lots of ways, even if it's not the almighty dollar quite yet. And that's okay. Creating is messy. Maybe that's the biggest lesson. You got to be willing to get out there and mix it up. Make a mistake. It's not going to be perfect. Failure doesn't happen because you don't have talent or you have talent. Failure happens because you quit. And listen, there's reasons there's a time and a place to walk away from different things. So sometimes that's the right move. But I wouldn't call that a failure either. So get out there, create, make something happen, keep listening, sharing us wherever you are. I don't know. I'm having a lot of fun. I hope you're having fun. I hope you feel like you're in the room with us. I hope that there's been some things shared on here at this point that touched you, made you think a little bit different. Perspective is everything. And it's joyful. Life is joyful. So let's go keep light in the world. Thanks for listening.